We've got the time today. We've got 6 heats on hand, and we really want to make the most of it, longer period swell. So we want equal opportunity for every surfer to catch some waves and really light it up.
These two are already ready to get things started, and running down the line is C.Simmers. Well overhead section, air drop in the pocket, and a nice clean redirect off the lip. Always so beautiful with the rail lines. Risky on that first section, getting all that air underneath that Chris Borst design and putting together a nice clean finish on the opening ride of finals day morning here in these types of conditions. This was the opening ride of finals day.
I think we all know that feeling of paddling out in anticipation of getting a set wave, and right here, Katie, to start off this matchup, the first wave of the morning, just going through the motion, staying low on that board to cut through all of that chop. Beautiful flow and connection throughout this wall. Love that timing of that last maneuver, and you can tell it was premeditated to kind of cut down and meet that lip line late to make it look super critical. She's looking connected, Joe. I mean, all week long she's looked connected and on, but it seems like as we shift into finals day, she's finding that extra gear, and that's just the opening wave of this heat. This was insane. I mean, she's really coasting on that lip line. That was incredibly critical. You see the connection to the board there, almost loses it as that tail drops out. The whole board loses connection with the wave. There's so much air underneath your board, so to maintain that control, it's really difficult, and Katie did it so well.
Absolutely. It's the first time we come to this event on the right season, as you mentioned, and it paid off, right, with the best conditions we have in this short 4-year history of this event. We're all learning as we go. It's a really hard place to get the conditions right, especially winds and tide. And hopefully with more years, we're going to be tuning in, and we have to thank fans and surfers.
We just saw Gabriela Bryan take this wave. Unfortunately, she did get caught behind for a bit here.
Yeah, Gabby, unfortunately, pacing that maneuver without looking down the line, and she really had to fight hard to get around and find some open face. It's really tricky. I think, you've got that lower tide. I think it's going low at about, big turn there off the top. So she does kind of redeem that wave, but we got that lower tide. I think it's going to be low around 8:38 this morning. Hits it off the top there, but there was a lot of downtime, maybe mistimed that first turn, and unfortunately got stuck behind the second. But the section, beautiful hit off the lip there, though. Those turns are so critical, and really meeting that section so well with the timing.
Man, Chris, up and out is Gabriela Bryan without the priority. Priority is with C.Simmers. Speaking of G.Bryan, the Latin version right here, an absolute bomb out the back for C.Simmers. How about that? High line holding her rail. Punta Roca giving us some brilliance this morning. Hasn't done a turn, and I don't mind at all. She is flying. Oh no. Hits a giant speed bump off the top.
Year after she's won the world title, because a lot of world champs saying that is the hardest year for them to kind of back up those results and go for that second world title.
C.Simmers under priority gets a turn and a tail blow almost. She had an air drop on her opener. That one didn't work out for her, and that'll set up the forehand powerhouse of Gabriela Bryan, belting it off the lip on that driver 3.0. Speed turn to cover some ground, doesn't want to get caught behind again, punches that out through the wind. Well timed, but that thing is just starting to build and run down the cobblestones without her downstairs.
Just right in Katie's face right there, but it did feel like you said, just running uphill at the moment, that faster wall of a wave hits it right in the guts there, but just unable to come around this section. It does, with that outgoing tide, with that wind in your face, with the sun in your face. There's all these elements that are really tricky to ride, but I mean, just so critical. I think Gabby at the moment is just a little bit caught behind in the rhythm of the ocean, in the rhythm of her surfing. But I think even in this event,
world number 1 is chasing a 2.49. Going to a smaller wave here with this long lull. Starts off flat, couple of ribs on the face, opens up. Clean first turn for C.Simmers. Throws a wrapping cut back and hoping she's getting a little more. She'll continue to stick to the pocket and kind of forced to grovel, as we say, going for a smaller inside wave. Gabriela Bryan, a 5.33 and a 4.83, getting another important win for herself against C.Simmers, and back-to-back at Punta Roca. She is into the final, and C.Simmers just shakes that one off.